So good to be back. Thank you very much, Lekoko. Let's be easy. I am joined by the amazing Lelona Daweti, Mamelodi Sundowns player, but let me give her flowers. Hello, Lelo.
Hi, Jess.
Okay.
Kishabena.
Hey, I get so it has to kind of like, uniform the conversation that we're going to have. Okay. So happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me, actually.
Thank you. So let's do this. I always do this part when we start the show. I go for opportunity just to tell the rest of South Africa who's Lelo, where did you grow up and which team do you play for?
I'm Lelona Daweti from Cape Town, born and raised in Cape Town. Moved to Johannesburg 2018 to join Mamelodi Sundowns. From the other years, 2013 till 2017, I was playing for Cape Town Roses. 2016 went to HBC for 4 years, grade 11 then. Yeah, grade 12 did my matric 2017. After my matric, then I joined Sundowns.
I want to find out from you, why football? Where did it start? Because I think that's a question I asked. Where did it start? And I always ask this, but where did it start? Has it always been something that you were passionate about? Or is one of those things that's like talent?
There's a lot of gents at home.
That influenced that.
Yeah, and Ikasi being cool in Amachita also. So I was always around boys. But I didn't like Pola too much. Even growing up, even at primary, I was always with my cousins. So since me around the Pauline, I've never tried a different sport. I've tried cricket, but it wasn't like giving and stuff. But football started with the chance, where I grew up. Started playing football there with the Bruce, and then there was this other guy. He introduced me to Coach Matigani. That's when I went to join Cape Town Roses. That's when I stopped playing with boys.
Yeah.
In like football in 2013. Number fun.
I was just calling my challenges, ne? Serious much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the challenges you, as Lelona, a woman that plays football in South Africa, have faced. It may be personal, it may be within the club, but we know a lot of South African female football players go through certain challenges that, do eventually affect your mental well-being. And we know right la, performance drop, It may be things you've experienced, maybe, national team or whatever the case is. But let's talk about some of those challenges that you feel
Luckily, I grew up with, I grew up with my cousins and the gents around my casa. So they never made me uncomfortable with growing up, playing with boys and whatnot. They made me safe, and I grew up very well from that side. From that department of bullying and all that, literally I didn't experience that life of being a lady that plays football like I guess gents. I was cool with that. The only problem I had, the only difficult time was when I was camping with Banyana, like all these international camps. We were preparing to make the World Cup squad. And then I didn't make the World Cup squad. Yeah. And then I didn't understand the reasoning of it and stuff. Kamuko Sundowns, my coach was all over me. Took a break of football. I took a break, went home, deleted football in my life at that time. For about 2 weeks. Yeah, I deleted football for 2 weeks. Blocked everyone that involves football in my life. Went home, I recovered, came back. Then I was fine after that. But my biggest one was that one and the time when I had 2 operations in 1 month. Yeah.
I remember one of those ops. I remember I was taking you to hospital. I was there with you, booking, signing forms and stuff, and you were a mess. Ooh. But I want to talk a little bit more about that, the injury part, I think it does something to a player that cannot be undone. Even coming back mentally, it takes a lot of work for us to see the Lelo that we know, Yeah. So I think I want to talk a little bit about that, just to find out how you managed to get back into the game after going through that?
The first injury, my first injury, the major one, it didn't break me that much. I don't wanna lie. I was hurt. You were there throughout that process, but it didn't kill me that much. Then the second one happened. That one killed me.
Oh.
That one killed me to the core. That one broke me down. I lost a lot of myself in that. A lot of things happened outside of football. I started doing the wrong things. It was just a mess. I don't wanna lie. And that also affected me very badly. I don't wanna lie. I gained weight madly. And that affected me. So when I was still doing my rehab, Kappa was the one helping throughout that whole process. No, take it easy, my boy.
Yes.
I take it easy, boy.
And it's important to have somebody like that, especially who's a coach.
He was there. I don't wanna lie. He was there because he was pushing. Because we were also making for the tournament in the USA.
Yes, the one in Kansas.
Yeah, so I was pushing also for that. We were pushing. He wanted me to play so bad, and he wanted me to play CAF also. So is push. So I was also motivated from that. There's another big thing that's coming in. These competitions are my babies, really. I want my competition.
I was shine it.
I'm cooking. That's nice. So those competitions really are my motivations. Not saying that the league is not, but I showcase most of my talent
on continental football.
Yes,
Yeah, and international games.
Literally. If you know me, then yes.
I see, you know what, Lelo, we are so proud of the work that you've done and the work that you continue to do. And I know we're still going to see you a lot, especially in the national team spaces.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't mean Gusi now your name is not there at the moment. Yes, Gusi Wenzagala in the national team. So we'll see you back there. We're so proud of you and we absolutely wish you the best in your career, football, on and off football. And you keep inspiring. You know, what we like about you is that you're very authentic. You know, a young girl can really relate to you. As in you know, there's no two ways about it, but we wish you all the best. And this is home for another conversation with you. And we're absolutely ready to have more chats with you.
Yeah.
Lekoko, blind. That is me and Ulelo.